where they decide to end up there. It looks like an outside take device by the Pop Dog, 3 players by main entrance.
This is the thing that I didn't want to mention with regards to the buy. They are hoping for Astralis to go and plant the bomb and to double grenade them at the B-bomb side, I'm sure of it. But it looks like instead it's going to be a full rush out into the yard. Nitro is interestingly in this corner. No one's checked it out yet. He's looking for the shot. Elige will get it mid-air on ZOWIE. And Nitro comes in, stopping the bomb plant. Up on the ladder, jumps down, looking for the headshot. McClave will take him down. That would have been such a good kill for Nitro. Maybe would have sealed the round. Now instead, Astralis, they're going to have to fall back for a moment here. Great defense from Liquid so far.
It's actually looking very good for them. Still a minute remaining though, and Glaive with the USP does boost their chances somewhat. He can go for these long-range frags. It's going to be KRB though by E-Box, struggling to get near that bomb site. CT still with the HE grenade and a flashbang as well, so they're looking quite comfortable. Defuse kit on the back of Stanislaw as well. Glaive, like we said, with the USP, he's been given the task to try and find this next frag, an opportunity, and he strikes, takes down Elige. Now it's a 3-on-3.
Man, that was a dirty shot. Just 2 clicks with the USP. Moving in is KRB. He's already been tagged up fairly heavily, down to 25 health, but clock is running down here. 30 seconds. He's planting under that train. They're trying to grenade him. They will get the grenade, but he got the bomb plant in, and that's a really important part of their normal. Oh, actually, there's a smoke left on JDM. That's massive in this kind of an alpha plant situation. That could actually win them the round. The smoke has already been put up right on the bomb. Now they have to peek it, and JDM is ready. Gonna take the headshot. Device picking up the USP, trying to shoot through it. The angle is getting a shot. Stan goes down. The bomb is still ticking in front. Another defuse attempt, and JDM will take care of business. A double kill.
To mention as well is HE grenades. I'm glad you spotted that. You're absolutely right. Both those HE players were in the inside area, ready to drop the airstrike on the bomb, but actually worked out on the other side of the map as well. So that's quite nice to spot. But either way, round number 2, bomb down. So Astralis here pretty much fully can get P250s, and we discussed this earlier in depth. The idea, go towards B with a chance to trade frags here. If you get that 1 kill and the CT player is waiting for them, then you obviously got a very good chance of getting the bomb down. If you get that bomb down, you can actually get an AWP on the 3rd round as a terrorist, which is kind of nuts when you think about it like that. CTs win both rounds, they can't get AWPs.
Oh, it's very true. Stanislaw, talking about his ability to hold the inside bomb site earlier on train, and he was pretty good at it. Grenade, oh, it's going to be mistimed. That would have been great. They had almost all been there. There's still a grenade left on JDM, and he's at the same bomb site with a scout trying to pick it up. Rain going to rain in. Will it drop the bomb? No, not quite. Kiebu, the one putting it down. I think the grenade bounced off the side of the train there. So 3 versus 4. With a bomb plant, they've already got 1 kill. This is essentially mission accomplished, as you were pointing out, Henry. They've got the bomb and a kill. That's really all they need here. But now this is big news.
Right back in round number 3, and we'll have a look at the setup at the start of the round. Looking pretty standard for now. Some fast smokes at the start, though, so not so much of a deep bolt. This could be a very explosive round coming in.
Stan pushing up in the smoke. He was doing this earlier, and he got found once, and I think it worked another couple of times. Just spraying through, and Sip will easily find him. And that's a bit of a shame. Gotta be careful, Liquid, that they don't play too predictably, given that they have already played this map earlier in the day. That's a big risk, because Astralis will surely have been watching that.
We discussed Stanislaw's role in this team in depth earlier. The fact he plays that anchor position, likes to be aggressive on lower ramp as well. ZOWIE, I don't think he had proper vision of him there, but spraying through the smoke, it's a very tight angle, and this is the reaction play now. Elige has to make something happen. Famas in hand, pushing into A main. At least that's something, some positional control of the map here. He has to do very well. Smokes towards outside, suggests that's where they'll finish up as well. 2 players at Ivy. It's up to Elige now. If he can find this kill on Device, we might have a real chance, but can't execute the kill. It's going to be Device taking him down, and now 5-on-3.
Choice will pick up 1, reloading, maybe not at the correct time. That Molotov going to force him back in. Kiebu will get the kill. Nitro and JDM on our left, 2 versus 4, trying to stop the bomb from going down, but that just won't happen. It looks like Astralis just pretty much got this round easily enough. Once they got the first kill and they were 5 versus 4, Elige, I think you're right, though. He was the only hope of getting anything back. That's what you have to do on the CT side, though. If you lose that first pick, someone needs to be stepping up. Stanislaw going down inside, weak in the outside defense. Obviously, someone has to rotate into that area. So, naturally, Elige has to push into A-man. He needs to find that kill. I think he had a chance as well. Device was hardly pre-firing that. It was just a missed shot with that foul. It's not an ideal weapon, sure, but definitely gifted an opportunity to find it. Doesn't happen for him, and then Astralis run away with the round. It's going to be the outside plant. 1 player in the form of Dupree going down. Just up to Nitro now to save his weapon. I've looked at the money for next. That's it. Nitro saved it as well. We have to work out the pistol and the second round. Looking great. And Device now does bring out the AWP. Yeah, there it is. So even less of a reason, it seems, why he didn't buy it the first time around, because it could have just been that he wasn't interested in having it. So I'm not really sure what that's about. See if he's going to be able to make it work. I feel like if you have like a confident AWP on T side here, it's so nice to use them to pick the first kill. Just get it somewhere, either in main or down towards Ivy. Again, Another slightly aggressive move coming in from Liquid, just getting a peek into main there, not really spotting anyone out. It seems like Astralis, they're
aware, aren't they?
Yeah, they definitely know, and they're making their move down towards Ivy instead. Bit of a grenade coming in. Smoke towards the back of Ivy, and now Twist's moved into the corner. Elige going to be there to help him out. That's really good teamwork. There is a refrag, and another one coming in as well. Now Elige in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to go big, and he's been so good today. They need him early on in this map. DeVice will take him down. Stanislaw and JDM once again alone.
Yeah, this aggression doesn't seem to be working out for Liquid this time. Losing the first few picks, to be fair, they were under-equipped in the sense of they had UMPs and Famises, but it seems like a pretty simple procedure generally. But Stanislaw, he could be a bit of a nuisance here. That's a nice shot. Denies the bomb plant as well. 30 seconds remaining. Up to JDM. He's coming in from Pop Dog right now. Smoked out. Seems to be 100%. There's a pre-buy now. It should be quite simple. Frag for ZipX, of course it is. So Stanislaw definitely throws a spanner in the work with. They actually expended most of their utility trying to get that first pick and had to fall back. So bit of a shame in that respect. But Dupree now reading the economic situation nicely. He brings out the Mac 10. That just signifies he knows that it's a full eco at this point. Farm some cash and throw himself into bomb sites first. And going to be Glaive to open things up though, taking down Elige. At this point, they can just buy their time. Don't need to do anything, really. 5 and 4. Wait for that reaction to come out once again and find the lead here. Should be 3-2 after this round here.
Man, it's so rough when you're playing the CT side and you lose that third round because your economy is just completely wrecked for a very long time. You just have no way to actually get it back unless you win even more rounds right away. But Liquid are in a strange hole right now. Like, even the next round up, they're not going to have that much money to work with.
They won't have Wolves next round unless we get a few kills now. They're going to get $2,400 on top, right? So, yeah, maybe they get a couple of frags, just about squeeze one out. That's about as good as it gets. And it's not even worth at that point because we have Glass Cannon, all no nades. It's not like it's going to save the day for you, but we'll see what they can do as we get into the final commitment here from Astralis towards the outside bomb site. Very simple, couple of Molotovs, a smoke deployed on the bomb train itself, and just looking to guarantee the plant. Once the bomb's down, that's pretty much round over, and you can see the inside stack coming from Liquid here. 4 players there. And as we discussed, there's not really much you can do in these sort of rounds, right?
Yeah.
You're just going to be hoping, take a gamble, they make a mistake and come into you without investigating outside, maybe get a few kills. At this point, though, round's over, of course, and they'll be coming towards Connector. They've got nothing to lose, right? PT50, so might as well see if you can get a frag or two. If you find one, that pays off the depth of the PT50 at least.
I'm trying to decide in my mind if we should credit Liquid with sticking with the game plan that they've already had. They've obviously had a game plan with this tournament that sort of says, you know, we are trying to push aggressive. We want information early on. Right? But there, the problem is you could also look at it the other way and say, well, is it becoming too predictable? And I think one of the worst things to have to do as a team is to try and reinvent yourself in the middle of a tournament. That's so hard.
Oh, absolutely, right. Now they've had a few kind of so far we've seen how they want to play and what they're doing to find frags, and it's worked great. Like we said, no AWP available for Liquid, no kits available, and a lack of utility as well. This third round situation you mentioned before is starting to be a little bit scary for them generally. 3-2 now in favor of Astralis, and another big round. You can see them hunting for frags towards Ivy once again. Went for the initial phase, that was Twist, but didn't get anything from it. ZipX spraying the smoke once again. Not going to find anything this time. I think there's a lot of decoy in there from the CT side as well, from what I can see. So that's quite a cool idea. Just going to bait out some utility, maybe to spam the smoke. Stanislaw, though, like we said, a solid anchor. He will be backed up by JDM this time, but no AWP. Not a great rifler. We'll see what he can do.
There's potential for a really fast rotation here for Liquid if they're good about it. Grenades are raining in, forcing Stan to move out of that position. He's actually already down to half health before they're even on the bomb site. But if you can tell, there's 3 people rotating into B. There's also a flank coming in from Elige here. They've got to hit some shots right away on Charlotte. But look at that 2 for 1. What happened?
No. You got to pick before.
All right, you got to pick before. I'm just messing that up then. Stanislaw,
it was nice
getting that one. I was getting worried. Maybe my brain just lagged for a minute. Elige ends up going down as well, and Twist now in a 1-on-4. And I mean, what could he really do at this point in time? Called in the Magician earlier, but this is just too much. He's trying to read back, but not going to happen. Dupree will be there.
4-2. Now they're getting to the real groove of things. Liquid has to be enough recare, I'm afraid. 80-50s. Rush outside. Yes, with the grenades doing a ton of damage. This is why you don't rush on these anti-eco rounds, because you can run into the lion's den. Now it's going to be a 3-on-3. Low HP players on the Astralis side, and it's falling apart as JDM finds yet another frag.
I mean, this is the perfect example of why not to do this.
How many times do I have to talk about this?
Every day, Henry, it seems, and they're just not listening, are they?
It's not.
Going for a bit of a shot there, Kiebu, trying to see if he can force them out. He knows there's a guy by E-Box, so they know where both the Liquid players are, but they have the bomb, and they're going aggressively. He's going to find a headshot, taking down DeVice.
So avoidable by Astralis. It doesn't have to be that way, you know? Still have plenty of money though. They can bounce back from this. A double AWP setup though for Team Liquid, and JDM get into position. Some AWPers like to take the risk and stay there more than they should do, just to maybe get that first pick and go down to 10 HP and still have the advantage in that sense. The device is off. Has to take the shot now, and it will be falling back. But ZOWIE on the other hand, he finds the AWPer. Somehow JDM goes down.
It's very unfortunate.
Was he up around still?
I'm not sure. I think he was up actually. Up by
Yeah, he was. He went to go reface.
So I think there's such a big difference in the game of Counter-Strike. When you get that first pick on the T side, it really makes a big difference if you get it, you know, before the minute mark. Absolutely. Or really late. You get it this early, you've just so many options.
The CTs have to do something about it, because they know they can't handle a full execution up on a map like Train as well, where you're spread so thinly already. A player going down inside, that's a nightmare. So someone has to step up, and once again, it's Elise this time. Doesn't seem to be playing as lights out as he was earlier on Mirage. These are long days, and he's losing the duels now. ZOWIE low HP there, finds 2. This is perfect. You've got 45 seconds remaining, a 5-on-3. CTs, once again, they have to get information. They can't just sit back here. dupreeh finds yet another pick, and both CT players now towards Ivy. I said both, make it one, is dupreeh. It's just absolutely wrecking them here. Nitro giving his position away. Sure, it's quite a nice kill, but he should be dealt with momentarily. And dupreeh controlled and knocked Celeritas down to a full eco at this stage. When you get that going, when you have like M4s up and you have all the nades, you can be aggressive. You go towards lower ramp and do that sort of stuff. And they've tried it once properly and it hasn't worked out for them, right? It doesn't mean it's not going to work going forward. Yeah, sure, Celeritas seem aware, but I think a few more defaults, chuck it in again. That's how you really kind of shut them down when you know the execution's coming. But for now, let's have a look at this. Towards Abby, I think you have to run back there, boys. That's not even, yeah, run away. Not worth it, and T-Spawn waiting for us. So they got 5.7 PD50s this time. Twist has got the UMP, some body armor for him as well. In terms of their investment into this one, this was actually a force by Anders. They went all in on this one. And it's a full reset, so why not? You would have been double eco on the CT side anyway. So the idea is you snatch the lost bonus away from Astralis and manage to reset yourself with whatever you have. But now 5-3 and everyone's still alive. A minute remaining, and such a strong position for Astralis here. They know it, they know the pistols are out, but somehow, what is that? Nitro fully blind, manages to get one kill. This should be the double flash out towards ZOWIE. Unfortunately there for Liquid, caught reloading. And that's going to be the advantage, gifted back.
It's a real shame that they can't also pick up the kill on Sip, because you're right. Trying to get more bullets into those pistols. There is a flank coming in from Twist, but he's not quite sure where to strike. And now the bomb is being planted right in front of Stanislav. Go for the kill, but he can't pick it up. dupreeh instead will get the frag, and JDM waiting in C connector. It'd be nice if Twist could get a couple of kills with his UMP, at least make some money from it, but right now, Astralis are really confident in their play style. Like, they don't seem to be rattled at all. They're just
There's nothing to be rattled about, really.
Yeah.
Like, they lost the pistol, right? That's 2 rounds gone. So since then, Liquid have won an eco round. So in terms of the actual gun rounds itself, there it is, illustrated on the screen right now. So in terms of that, the gun round's going very well for them. That's the bread and butter of Counter-Strike in itself. That's what we're working towards. The AK rounds and the AWPs going up against it. They haven't really lost one of those yet. So
right now, Liquid should have done the hard thing earlier and went for like a double eco maybe even, and then
well, the
you know,
thing
had
is
the
that
full buy.
they win ecos, right? Which is great. Like winning an eco sounds amazing. But then if you lose the subsequent round after that, you have just enough to squeeze out a buy. Then you'll do that. Then you lose that round. Then the nightmare continues. You'll keep force buying anything, or you might as well just double force into this because we've got like 2 grand left. We're not going to be able to buy next round regardless. And you can find yourself in complete dire straits. You need to be stringing rounds together, right? Yeah. Like we said, no gun round coming in their favor so far. A free kill win and then losing that round. It's just a bit of a blunder so far. But overall, still recoverable, right? This is not over. ZOWIE did a good job. You can do the fallen play, go up the lower ramp itself and try and find that first pick. That's kind of nuts sometimes. He's just be playing that kind of shotgun style orb at the lower ramp, just waiting for anyone to cross over and try to take him down.
We saw him do this earlier where he's only sort of peeking half the time. Flashbang gonna only force him back a bit, but Sip still picks up the headshot. He can't be stopped right now. Yeah, that's sick. What a drive-by. And how many of his openings have been on this, just on this, still on the brown hole area where he's just either side the JDM or Stanislav who has to face him, and they just can't. Not really much you can do about that. You even dodged the flash, you knew it was coming, and he still outreacts you there. So that's a little bit disappointing for JDM there. 5-on-4 once again. Like we said, that reaction has to come in, and Stanislav pushes in A main. Tries to get something back, but Astralis so disciplined. They're not giving anything to Liquid here. Holding the angles, and dupreeh, once again, does he give another free kill? Of course he does. They're not watching it. Twist is just wrecking his teammates right now by not covering this area. Where's the communication? How are they dying like that? Yeah, this is really far back on the map. They're trying to get through the smoke. He's waiting. Only 20 minutes left. The M4A1 for you. And he ends up going down. dupreeh picking up a second kill of the round here. Nitro tapping away really calmly, long range. I like that he's not getting panicked at all, but maybe he should be. His team is in a lot of trouble right now. Nitro goes down, and Elysian a 1-on-3. Sip is low on health. I mean, this is one of those 1-on-3s that could technically be done, but he's going to have to be quick, because if he lets them escape from the top side and
trying to take the angles and stop them making that play, but this is looking sloppy now from Liquid. They seem a little bit out of their depth. But here we go, another eco, unfortunately, for Liquid at 8-3 and rushing inside. It's something to work with, and they get the first kill. They actually work out for them as well. They do not steal the weapon away, so it's up to Kiabi to recover the situation. I think when you spot that many players inside, you just rush out and try and lock them in, connect it, but they actually maybe think the exact opposite. I guess at that point, if you're CT, you've shown that much presence inside, you're thinking, well, they've already seen us, let's try and meet them outside before they get there. So that's quite a cool idea from Astralis just to commit to this.
yeah, and once again, I mean, we talked about this, the lack of panic on the Astralis side. We also talked about this boost earlier that's looking in towards the B, but it doesn't really get a kill this round at least. Still more than a minute left. And this slow style from Astralis has been paying off just fine up until this point, so I don't see any reason why they really would try and change it. Or almost get caught then. Could have been a bit risky. Kirby makes his way back around the corner, but he very nearly got killed. And if he had, that would suddenly be interesting. I think Astralis still have a pretty good chance of winning this round. They just need to continue with this style here. Glaive walking out into the yard, but the bomb is still further back. How is he going to be able to pick up a frag? He's no idea there's a guy right behind him. He isn't checked yet. Now the flashes are raining in. Dupree will pick up the kill on Stanislaw, and that's going to open up absolutely everything. Now Glaive is turning around, but now the backup is there. There was an opening here, Henry, but yeah, the timing just not working for them.
But just recovering it nice and not panicking. Astralis could have ran down the lower ramp and chased them and thought, okay, let's try and get these kills before they fall back here. But very calculated. They know they've got the considerably more firepower in that situation as well. Fall back, get some map control, a couple of smokes down there, and just trade together. It's looking very good. Actually, the 4 remaining players are getting a kill each, so that's looking very good for them generally. So JDM, the last remaining player here, has got an AK-47. Maximum loss bonus next round, and JDM, we said, very orb-centric attack, hasn't really rise to the occasion just yet. 5 to 8 twists. No one's really fragging on the Liquid team. No one's stepping up like we haven't seen a superstar level from Elite that we did earlier. Why the level drops off some, but maybe not to this extent. We'll see where they can recover that. They get 9-6, that's still possible, Anders. They're still back in this game. Let's just be clear there, but for now, I just don't see that happening from what I've seen so far. JDM boosts up the connector. ZOWIE, he's just a man possessed right now, isn't he? Just pushing everywhere, trying to get his first pick and looking so aggressive with it as well. Takes a nade to the face, so that should calm him down somewhat.
I feel like this is maybe the first round for Liquid we've seen that actually has rifles and grenades and everything. Like, I mean, that's
everything they need to actually win a round.
Yeah, because other than that, it's been compromises all over the board for the CT side, which is so disappointing. That's really how you don't want to play this this first half. But I think you are right. They unintentionally lured themselves into buying a lot of times because they were close to making it work, and then that just kept on rolling for a while. And Astralis, no change of pace for them either. They tried that one round where they rushed into all the grenades, and that was enough to convince them we shouldn't do that again.
Yeah, that would be good advice.
Just
we're coming up with some good rules of thumb for Counter-Strike generally, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we've got it going on. Standing in fire, which Glaive just did.
Yeah, don't want to do that. That's one of the rules.
Can't be doing any of that. And we've got no team kills yet, at least. We've managed to avoid that trap. They are moving up towards the yard here. 30 seconds on the clock, Team Liquid. You said it, now would be the time to strike back. If they want anything out of this game here, they need to make an impression in the first half. Kiebu gets a kill on Nitro, but there's an interesting refrag. At least there's one of them. JDM has gone down in the meantime, and it's all falling apart. Glaive getting a double kill, leaving Twist. This kind of a flag is great if there are still people alive on the bomb side.
It's just too little too late, isn't it? They've shown so much pressure towards Ivy so far, Astralis as well. Now there's nothing. He's like finally watching it and getting something done on that side of the map, but unfortunately no one there whatsoever. Showing some presence inside of the star, back towards outside, and you can see Elite up there, blind so much in heaven. He thought he'd have a chance to maybe rain down some death from above, but unfortunately not. Quest, where he wanted to start around and finding a pick. That seems amazing, but that's not consistent. That's not going to win you games every tournament, right? Like, it's kind of like probably like Cloud9 at Sao Paulo. That's what was happening to them every single game. And then since then, it's difficult to replicate that sort of form, right?
No, you're right. I mean, I'm getting really worried here. They're trying to rush into main, and it doesn't work out, but I actually appreciate the effort anyway. I think this wasn't a bad idea for Liquid at all. In a round like this, you've got C-Sense, you've got a Max 7, you know, you've got to try something. Just doing like a default spread with those kind of pistols, I don't think would have been worth it anyway, so I'll give them some credit for it, even though it didn't really work out. But
yeah. Well, they got some damage in there, so
they got a little bit.
They got a bit of damage, and yeah, I'll give you that.
What I'm really interested in, since we're on the path of learning about Liquid, and so they've shown some real strength in this tournament, but it's always hard to know how is a team going to respond to being beat up like this.
It's also one of those things. In particular matchups, like the play styles collide. It doesn't really work out, right? So some teams, there's kind of Stanzo showing earlier could be amazing, right? But Astralis, like you said, they've had the chance to watch them in the best of 3, and it seems that they're very aware how to shut it down.
Yeah. And actually, in some ways, finally kill coming in from Stan, but
yeah, it's not really good.
I think one of the strengths.
Why could they do anything to you? Like, if you know how they're playing and what the particular tendencies of a player like Elige is, then I guess at that point you can just kind of stifle him. And we've seen him look quite cagey in this particular map.
Nitro's down here with the AWP. Are we going to see a jump from a teammate? Flashbang is in, and now if he re-peeks it, he's going to be the one in trouble. Smoke is up anyway, doesn't buy them that much.
Well, a much needed round here for Team Liquid. Just to reiterate, Anders, they won the pistol. Liquid got 2-0. Then they won a little force by pistols as well. They have not won a single gun round here. That's kind of shocking. If they didn't win that pistol, this is like almost a 14-1 scoreline coming in. But we'll see what they can do here. They get this last round. We still have a possibility of pulling it back to the pistol in the second half. 11-4 is still doable, believe it or not.
Grenades raining in towards the B-bomb site. Stanislaw looking the wrong way. JDM not really covering him. He will pick up a kill on Glaive anyway. That's the bomb now down on the site. See if he can get one more before the rest of the team shows up. Trying to get out of C-Connector, but Dupree covering from the back. And that must be awful, because surely at that point, Elige is on the radio saying, listen, I'll get the backstab in, we'll get the retake, and it's all going to work out. And then he's gone the very next second. Device. He's got the AWP and looking exactly the right way. I mean, Liquid, there's no saving in the 15th round, so count to 3 and then let everyone go. And Dupree's actually determined to make their lives even worse right here. Nitro goes down to Device. They get one refrag in, but I still think Dupree's going to be able to do this. JDM with a smoke, and that's it. 12.
Earlier, and we'll see where they can bring it back. Like I said, win the pistol. Maybe there's some sort of a chance here. T-side, though, 3 sets of armor, 2 smokes. A little decoy as well. Looks like a fast play towards outside. I'm sure the smokes will be deployed imminently, but he gets that first pick and takes down JDM once again.
Life is hard right now, and even worse for Stanislaw. He's going to be going down.
The fuse kits, the nades, but it's a conservative approach. Only 2 players going all in with armor, and we've got a scout as well. So we'll still have Headlights, of course, and doing some damage towards Nitro, then another 53 HP.
I mean, the great thing for Astralis, if you shut this game down right now, if you can somehow win this round, is that you don't give really Liquid any chance to warm up on this map. Whereas, you know, if they make it back now, and even if it ends in Astralis' favor, like 16-11, you still, you know, you've got them a bit warmed up. They feel like they could do it. But if you just close it out, they're going to feel absolutely miserable. A lot of damage onto Elige as well. Now they've got to be really careful here. The pistols could do a lot when you've got 2 players that are just 1 bullet away from death. Bit more with the smoke. I think that was JDM getting tagged up. Now they're on a site, but a headshot to take down Stan. That was Sip in charge of that one. The bomb is down as well, and Kirby trying his best. Device picked up 2 with the scout. It's all falling apart. Kirby with a headshot on Twiston. That leaves Nitro out in the open. They're every which angle. He's going to get a second kill in now. Still trying for more, but how does he get the bomb down without getting tagged up?
He's doing a pretty good job so far, and there's 2 kills, and they seem a little bit tentative to face him once again. It's Nitro with the AK-47, probably his bread and butter weapon, and he's going to get the bomb down now. It gives the position away somewhat. CTs have 1 player on the back tracks, and then Dupree coming from the connector as well. They obviously do not have kits here, so you can bide his time and maybe get towards a position like Heaven. That could be very interesting. They obviously haven't got the nade to shut him down. This is looking perfect for Nitro. I think he wins this.
He's in a very good position, and you're right. By the time they realize it'll probably be a one-on-one, and then all he has to do is connect with 1 more bullet. Oh no, but Device peeks it perfectly. I thought he could have had that one too, but ultimately will be a 13th round coming in here for the Astralis team. And if it wasn't already devastating for Team Liquid, I mean, how do you rally the troops behind this kind of a situation?
Yeah, and you've won both pistols now on this map. And obviously, like, not going to try and be cringy with it. Said, oh, definitely we can pull this one back. Just try and get in the zone a bit more, get some frags going, like try and like get warmed up somewhat, and like see if you can get back in that place you were in. Maybe that's something. But for now, it's a gets a couple. He does get 1 frag, but
you in in delaying the win for Astralis so that your teammates start to believe in themselves just a bit more.
Absolutely, but it's difficult to do that when you're only getting Tech 9s and Scouts and a couple of AKs. Like, it's difficult to go, right, we will definitely win this round. There's only so much you can do today, right? But we'll see what they can do. Round number 19, 44, one player already going down to the grenades towards main entrance. Stanistor's dropped. And it's up to JDM with the Scout, Elige with that Tech 9. With AKs we mentioned before, Twist. One of them, there we go, that was a good Scout shot landed. Actually didn't really damage, interesting enough. Wave and Dupree chiming in.
Why did it not though?
I don't know, is there magic going on in server?
Yeah, apparently so. Did they change that with the models on the ladders?
It was fixed, as far as I know.
It was fixed, wasn't it? Someone made a really good in-depth video. Was that 3 clicks, Philip? Yeah, someone did. DeathAdder will end up getting a kill on Nitro, and that leaves JDM with the Scout. That seems to fire only blanks, apparently. Looking around the corner, and he's going to go down to Glaive. 15-4. What a brutal beating they're receiving here, Liquid.
Not really that much of an interest. Even if you got the tag, they weren't winning that round.
To be fair, I can hear myself in matchmaking screen. I was right on him. Yeah. I swear right on him.
I swear to God.
Why didn't I hit him? Well then. Some grenades raining in, trying to see if they can force Device back, and he will actually use some utility fairly early on here. Sometimes you want to try and be brave and hold on to that Molotov as long as you can if you're holding that ramp, but he just throws it out.
Well, at this point, Map Point and Liquid with Tech 9s, a couple of Deagles, some smokes. I think it's just a set piece play. Just hope for the best, pull out one of the strats from the book and see what can be done here. Astralis have looked dominant throughout, not giving away a single gun round. That's impressive. I don't think I've said that in a very long time, not a single gun round going against a team.
Yeah, very unusual, and as you pointed out, especially in a map like Train, where usually you could get something to work, even if you just run the defaults, you should be able to sort of get a couple of good rounds in. That just wasn't the case here. They've made their way down Pop Dog. Astralis are so far back on the map, they're saying, listen, you can have the bomb plant if you want, but we know you're not going to have the utility to hold on to it, so just come get it. Bit of a long-range smoke landing from all the way in white holes towards Ivy. Not really going to help too much this time. Dupree will get a kill. Instantly refragged by Twist, who picks up a second one with the Tech 9. That's finally some good news going with Team Liquid. And Dupree, Kirby can certainly hear the bomb being planted. And he's re-smoked, actually. That's not bad at all. They still have a Molotov on JDM. Maybe this could be done.
Maybe. We'll find out momentarily. There'll be something to work with at least, so we'll need 12 rounds in a row still, but we'll see what happens as we get into it. 3 on 4 again. It's going to be Device to find the first frag. Away now. Molotov deployed, as you said, but all the frags could be better for Astralis. This could be a lead position given away. 2 kills to hold on to here. The view starts to come in, but I still think he can win this.
Crouching down, he gets the headshot, turning around. And I think there might have been just enough time for it here. Device picking up the double, getting the defuse, and making it 16-4 in favor of Astralis.